Several GOP presidential hopefuls have also started lending more support to the letter signed by 47 different senators and sent to Iran's leaders, of course, to try and undermine President Obama's talks with leadership to try and disarm or to try to keep Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. Okay. So, as you already know, Senator Marco Rubio, Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, and Lindsey Graham have already signed on to this letter. However, Bobby Jindal, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, has decided to throw his name on to the list, being the first potential Republican presidential contender outside Washington to add his name to this vaunted list of 47 traitors. Interesting. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry also signed on to this, saying, "I will be proud and honored to be represented on the letter. And you can also follow me on the Twitter." Now, however, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker and Florida Governor Jeb Bush have expressed their support for this. However, they're like, "Nah, we're not going to sign on." Oh boy, profiles in courage. Scott Walker, "I don't know about evolution. I don't know about this. I support it, but I don't know if I'm going to sign on to this letter." Come on, dude. Like, Scott Walker, you need to sack up a little bit there. I'm just saying, you might want to. Okay. Anyway, Scott Walker released a statement where he said Republicans need to ensure that any deal President Obama reaches with Iran receives congressional review. Unless the White House is prepared to submit the Iran deal and negotiates for congressional approval, the next president should not be bound to it. I would continue to express that concern publicly to the president and directly to the American people. Now, Jeb Bush says that the Obama administration forced the hands of the Republicans by negotiating a bad deal. We don't even know the specific details of the deal. However, in the Republicans' mind, and we've seen this before, this played out on domestic policy. The Republicans think a bad deal is when they don't get 100% of what they want. And see, that's not negotiation. Negotiation actually involves, not always getting 100% of everything that you want. That's not negotiation. That's called dictating. That's called dictating terms. And I'm sorry, but on any negotiations, you're going to have to give a little to get a little. And they expect Iran to do everything. What kind of deal is that? They're not going to take it. It would be nice if we got everything we wanted 100% of the time. That'd be amazing. However, that doesn't happen. That's not reality. So, there you go. Like I said, quote, from Jeb Bush. Quote, "The senators are reacting to reports of a bad deal that will likely enable Iran to become a nuclear state over time." That's what this is trying to avoid. They make it sound like President Obama's going, "Here, have some plutonium, Iran. Go ahead, we'll enrich it for you and send it over. Here's some plans, too." It's utterly ridiculous. It's a bad deal that will definitely enable Iran to become a nuclear state. Utter bullshit. Now, Rick Santorum also had to weigh in, of course, by saying, quote, I'm grateful that the United States Senate is exercising their constitutional prerogative to stop this reckless diplomacy by the Obama-Kerry-Clinton foreign policy team." Reckless diplomacy. Really? Only Republicans can consider diplomacy to be reckless. Well, there you go. We got 2 profiles in courage and several other batshit crazy people saying that if we don't do anything, Iran, that if we block the deal, then Iran's going to get a nuclear weapon, as opposed to the deal that actually stipulates that Iran gets no nuclear weapons. Yeah, okay. Sure. Reckless diplomacy. I don't know. I don't think he understands who the real reckless ones are.